And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes the offense on first down. Quarterback checking off. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Pulls it in. It's Love. Bowls his way forward. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
He fires it out to the right. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Leonard. Quickly to the tight end. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Fast motion from the offense. Looking to throw on 3rd. Finds the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
You know, as a receiver, it's so critical and important to know where the sticks are. He was able to modify his route so he knew as soon as he caught it, he was just going to have enough to keep this drive alive.
Moves around to clear up the vision. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard, so you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
Got it in the middle. It's Collins.
Well, they execute the in route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute billet on that completion.
Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. Looking to throw it again. Quick completion on the out route. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking for a man. It's Leonard. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Touchdown, Notre Dame! A great catch and run for 6.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the 2nd half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the 1st half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the 2nd half.
And he made the extra point without problem. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. And the ball is loose on the return. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they'll steal a possession.
Because of the big collisions on kickoff teams, you don't see a lot of that in practice. You don't do that because you don't want to get each other hurt. A lot of open field, big collisions, big forced fumble, big momentum play created.
He'll throw it. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Bunch formation trying to confuse the secondary. Caught in the backfield, it's Gordon. Breaks the tackle. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find.
And he's running in the open. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. And the Cowboys come to the line with a new set of downs. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And it's caught! Touchdown, Oklahoma State! Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. On the run from inside his own 5. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game.
Afterburner's coming. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll throw it on first down. Buying some time. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Caught near the sticks. It's Evans. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. He's going to pass. Ball in the air. Intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
He'll start this drive firing. Going for the big play. And he grabs it at the 15. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
Catch in the middle, it's Owens. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. From the gun, the ground game. And he's sprinting, he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
On to attempt to try. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Finds his man. It's Evans. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Clock still running. Almost certainly the last play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He wants to throw. A shot toward the end zone. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. The Cowboys will kick it off to start the second half.
Number 19 set to kick this one away.
Fair catch called for and made. Here come the Irish back on offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And it's incomplete on third down.
And you got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
He's got it, and they convert. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Back to the air one more time. Got the quick pass. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. After that last completion, it's second down. Looking to throw, it's Leonard. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Irish trying to strike gold in this red zone trip. Wants to throw on first down. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. The kickoff team out there getting set. And here's the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their wind.
Power football with the run. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Plows through the defense. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on 4th down on your own end of the field early like that and coming away with the first? That's huge.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the 1st down. The offense set for a 1st down play. Here's a quick throw out to the left. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. The handoff, keep working on that clock. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and just on to the next down.
No gain on 1st down after the incompletion. Now 2nd and 10 from the 40. Looking to pass. It's Bowman. Still looking on the move. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Get the quarterback off his spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all 3 of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing right. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle,
he'll take a shot. end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficult.
He lobs one high down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deep as the deepest, wide as the widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. To the air, it's Leonard. Going back to the well, another deep ball. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
He slings it deep to the left. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. The completion well past the sticks. Hits the accelerator to the right. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Looking downfield, it's Leonard. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. They're sending out the regular kickoff unit. I know they've got a couple of timeouts, but I don't think there's enough time on the clock to pass on the onside kick. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down.
You know, a lot of offensive coordinators script the first 5 to 10 to 15 plays. You don't usually draw that up for inside your own 10. Bad field position to start. This offense needs to come out, get a few positive plays first to get out the shadow of your own end zone.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Knocked off his feet. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. On the move at the 30. He's off to the races. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Cowboys have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He tries to take the top off. He caught it. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. The Cowboys inside the final minute trying to hang on to this lead and the ball. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Striving for the goal line, loose football. And the defense jumps on it and they get that turnover. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. From his end zone, trying to loosen up this D. Got it in the middle, it's Collins. At the 15, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Dropping back, it's Leonard. He's going up top here late in the game. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They'll throw it on 1st down. Scrambling away. Slings it downfield. He's got it. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Looking for the score. He's got it in the end zone, and the game is tied. An extra point away from taking the lead.
How about the clock management by this team? Taking all of the clock, scoring late now. All you got to do is finish it. The easy part. Bring out the kicker, knock that PAT through the uprights.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Presley. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Corner's going to give them room. To the air on 1st down. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. He wants a big play here late. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. At the 40, there he goes. And he steps out of bounds after getting the pick, and this one is in the books.